morning, ladies and gentlemen. When we enjoy, as many of us have been, the cultural expressions which have come before me, you could appreciate why St. Kitts and Nevis is so deeply loved and cherished by so many people from all walks of life and from everywhere. The rendition just did by the choir, or renditions, were truly excellently done, and I believe they deserve another round of applause. Look how far we have come, from the brown girls in the ring, cha-la-la-la-la, to the Union Jack, and now how much we stand so proud. And I'm sure many of you reminisce on your days of playing and singing Brown Girl in the Ring. So it was lovely to hear them and to be reminded. I am greatly honored to be part of this important gathering, which has brought this patriotic audience of both long-time residents and recently returning nationals and friends back to our federation. Our returning nationals, particularly you who have taken too long to return, I must extend on behalf of the federal government a special welcome back home. I trust that you all are well impressed with the wonderful improvements that you have seen on the ground here in Nevis, and the Honorable Premier outlined just a few. And of course, the improvements are visible, not only on my father's land of Nevis, but also on the island of St. Kitts. Last night I met and greeted many of you at the meet and greet at the Marriott Ballroom. That too was a wonderful experience. So those who have planned this event deserve again another round of applause. I want to let all of you know that I appreciate the advice, the encouragement, and support which many of you proffered in our interaction last night. You have noted, as you ought to, that increasing numbers of our people are making their mark on this little twin island paradise called St. Kitts and Nevis, where now more than ever before, everyone is being given an opportunity to thrive and succeed and make a good life for themselves and their families. The Honorable Premier outlined the fact that our people are thriving in important fields, in education, in business, in sports, the arts and technology. And my government is committed to creating an environment conducive to personal and professional development. As you take note of some of the areas of deficiencies in St. Kitts and Nevis, I hope that you will encourage members of our diaspora to return home to serve and advance the development of our country. Erica asks if we are ready to employ you. I said, yes, the government is, but the private sector is also waiting for you. Whether it is to achieve entrepreneurship, property ownership, or wealth, whatever our people's hopes and aspirations, we as a government and people are committed to make things happen for all. We are about opening doors and creating opportunities through service and empowerment. We are working hard to ensure that everyone has a piece of the rock and everyone can increase their stake in our beloved country, this the land of birth of so many. In this regard, our housing programs in St. Kitts and Nevis are adding an impressive number of persons to the list of first-time property owners. And for this, I want to say thanks to all the participants, including our social security scheme that has facilitated in the region of $50 million for home building on the island of Nevis and on the island of St. Kitts. Let's salute the Social Security Board with a round of applause. Recently, the federal government launched a $30 million government employee property ownership program. This again is to allow people to have a stake, an enduring stake in the land of their birth. Our Fresh Start program, which was introduced a few years ago, has provided a financial wherewithal for our small business persons, our fishers and farmers and craft operators to access affordable financing. Since 2015, over $50 million has been lent on to just about 700 small businesses in the Federation, giving them a new lease on life. Oh, let's give them a round of applause. Our country has its fair share of challenges, and we heard that when our dear Reverend and friend spoke or rendered the prayer. But over the past 3 years plus, it has become the envy of the region. More and more people are coming to St. Kitts and Nevis with no plans to return. St. Kitts and Nevis is the greener pasture for many Caribbean people, north, south, east, and west. We do not mind others contributing to our development, but of course we want all of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis to be part of our success story and to lead as successful participants of our nation's success and progress. We as a people have much to thank God for, and I encourage us to count our blessings. Count them one by one, and it will surprise you how much God has done. On the heels of the opening of the luxurious Park Hyatt Hotel, and with the forthcoming arrival of the Six Senses, another luxury brand in La Valley Sandy Point, and the Ritz-Carlton luxury brands, we are well on our way to become the tourist destination with the largest number of branded luxury property hotels anywhere in the world. This is a marked achievement for St. Kitts and Nevis. And I want to join in the invitation extended by the Premier of Nevis to all of you who are visiting here to make sure that you add the Park Hyatt to your itinerary. I understand that lunch will be at the expense of the Honorable Premier personally, so I invite you to go. On the cruise side of our tourism plan, we are gearing up to welcome 1.5 million visitors to our shores, a new record for the smallest democratic country in the Western Hemisphere. Indeed, on Monday, there is a special program put on by the Ministry of Tourism as we honor the visitor who would number 1 million. Furthermore, we have started a $48 million pair. That is our second cruise pair, and this will add to the remarkable success of our cruise industry. Significantly, 35 years after attaining independence, the sister islands are not only sharing in the prosperity of the global economy, but we also share an unparalleled sense of camaraderie and closeness. That is because our Team Unity government ushered in a never-before-seen coming together of the federal government in Basseterre and the Nevis Island administration in Charlestown. We came together to advance the welfare of all the people, and we have devoted every waking moment in the cause of the people's empowerment. This strengthening of bonds has seen the establishment of regular budgetary support to the Nevis Island administration. And this support, of course, has created unprecedented benefits for the people on the island of Nevis. Now, 3.5 years later, channeling the spirit of unity that is permeating the nation, we have the coming of ANSAR. And of course, we welcome the opening ceremony which is taking place here in beautiful Queen City of Nevis. This, of course, is happening for the first time. And for that, we thank Mr. James and Ms. James. We thank the federal government and the NIA for making this dual experience part of the planned program of ANSAR. It is, in fact, the third time that ANSAR is being hosted in the Federation. ANSAR came to Basseterre, I am advised, in 1988 and again in 2008. And we are now back here in 2018. I take this opportunity to congratulate the St. Kitts Nevis Returning Nationals Association for winning the bid to host this year's reunion, which is being held under the theme, renewing and strengthening our relations, celebrating our achievements, and uniting our people. At this moment in time, I believe that there is no better theme to celebrate ANSAR. I also believe that the holding of the opening ceremony right here at the Nevis Performing Arts Center, NIPAC, is a nice symbolic gesture of unity, which has been a touchstone of ANSAR over the last 34 years. After all, ANSAR has had the distinction of reuniting far-flung friends and families since the early 1980s, when the idea originated among a group of our nationals in Canada and in particular Montreal. Among the founding leaders were Faustina France Carbonneau. Let's give her and the executive body a round of applause. ANSAR, of course, have had to evolve from its annual meetings, which were held every year starting in 1984 and continued up until 1988 in, I think it was, Basseterre. But you have gone to New York City in 1985. Toronto had its turn in 86. And then you went to Buffalo, New York in 1987. Between 1990 and 94, ANSAR was held every other year. In Toronto in 1990, then Birmingham in 1992, and back again to New York in 1994. After a break, you have resumed again. And this time, you're more energized because you have planned to keep these very important events every 2 years. We thank you for making St. Kitts and Nevis the destinations of choice for 2018. Let me end by again congratulating our returning National Secretariat for creating an exciting and engaging lineup of ANSAR events for 2018. This year's ANSAR will surely build friendships and connections. Mr. James said contribute to the economy, and I could well advise that Marriott is full and has been full for the past couple of days. More of you are yet to come. Please encourage them to come early. And of course, we have a splendid opportunity to improve dialogue and cooperation among our nationals who reside abroad as well as those here. And the government looks forward to good interaction with you. I want finally to remind you of a poem that was penned especially for ANSAR 2008. My advice is that it was written by Rosamond Payne and musically composed by Sean Collins. It says in part, and I read, "We are all different, but we are the same, coming together to make a change, surrounded by people, family and friends, caring for each other and working on ahead. In unity, working in harmony, calling all nationals across generations. Come and celebrate. Have a good time today. We are special, and don't forget that you are." The chorus to the song says, "One people, one purpose, working together for progress. One people, one purpose, working together for prosperity." This song is full of substance and meaning for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. We want to work together for the welfare of every Kittitian and every Nevisian and everyone who reside in our beautiful Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. We can do it with each of us making a splendid contribution. But we must rise to the occasion. Rise to occasion to build a federation that is strong and beautiful, not only with regards to the physicality of our lands, strong and beautiful because the inner person, full of compassion, full of love, full of a commitment to service, is committed by each act to make our federation great. May God bless the wonderful people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and may God keep our federation always safe. I thank you.
Stay up to date with news, programs, and activities of the government with SKNIS. Like us on Facebook. Listen to us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitter. And watch our videos on YouTube. Connect with us today. SKNIS, St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service.